The mysterious village. James had always been curious about the world beyond his small town. He had spent his childhood listening to stories of adventure and mystery, longing for a chance to explore. One summer, his uncle, an archaeologist, invited him to visit an James had always been curious ancient village hidden deep within the mountains. Without hesitation, James packed his bags and set off on a journey that would change his life forever. After a long train ride, James arrived at a remote station where his uncle, Dr. Harold, greeted him warmly. "James, welcome. You're in for a real adventure," his uncle said, his eyes twinkling with excitement. They traveled by jeep through winding roads until they reached the village of Eldoria. The village was unlike anything James had ever seen. The houses were made of stone and intricate. Intrigued, James decided to explore the village. He met an elderly woman named Mariana, who seemed to know a lot about the legend. "The crystal is real," she whispered, "but it is protected by trials. Only the worthy can find it." James spent days learning about the village and its history. He discovered ancient scrolls, hidden chambers, and mysterious symbols that seemed to provide clues about the crystal's location. One evening, as he was examining an old map, he noticed a peculiar marking near the village's waterfall. Could this be the clue he needed? Determined, James set off towards the waterfall the next morning. The path was rugged and overgrown, but he pressed on. As he reached the base of the waterfall, he noticed a narrow passage behind the cascading water. With his heart pounding, he stepped inside, determined. The passage led him to a dimly lit chamber adorned with glowing symbols. In the center stood a pedestal with a small, shimmering stone. James reached out to touch it, but suddenly, the ground trembled. A deep voice echoed through the chamber. "To claim the crystal, you must prove your wisdom. Answer this riddle. What can be broken but never held?" The passage. James thought for a moment. He recalled the lessons he had learned from the villagers and the stories his uncle had told him. Then it hit him. "A promise!" he exclaimed. James thought for a moment. Returning to the village, James shared his discovery with Dr. Harold and the villagers. They celebrated his success, knowing that the knowledge he had gained would help preserve their history. James left Eldoria with a newfound appreciation for learning and adventure, eager to share his experiences with the world. Returning to the village, and so, his journey of curiosity and discovery continued, proving that knowledge is the greatest treasure of all. And so,